Good morning, hello, and welcome to the third episode of our Workflows webinar series. This week's focus is on our personal injury workflows and the latest updates to our portal integration. So my colleague and one of Osprey's case management developers, Alex, will take you through the what, whys, and hows of workflows, looking at how implementing the time-saving automations can help ease the pressures of your workload, improve productivity, and help create efficient and streamlined processes that benefit you, your firm, and your clients. Before I hand over to Alex, I want to let you know that the Q&A feature is open at the bottom of your Zoom screen. So if you have any questions, please post them in there, and we'll try to get around to them at the end of the webinar. If we don't get time, one of our support team will get back to you. So without any further delay, I'll hand over to Alex to get started.
Brilliant, thank you, Amy. So, yep, we're going to be looking at personal injury today, as Amy said. And the personal injury workflows have been designed to complement the RTA claims portal, which I'm pleased to announce that we're integrating with. So this is the final week of testing, and we'll shortly be releasing it as an addition to our personal injury focused app. The workflows available will make retaining information and drafting forms and letters quicker and easier, as well as having the facility to allow you to keep on top of filing and hearing dates from within Osprey. And the purpose of workflows is to increase profitability by saving time using automated and efficient processes, which will in turn increase productivity and help with managing time. So for those that don't know, what are workflows? So workflows are designed to take the user through a whole matter, breaking it down into specific tasks and actions. So for example, a file opening task could be created together with a file closing task and everything in between. An action within a task could be to run a questionnaire to capture data, run a letter template which pulls through that data automatically, or to record an important date against a matter. So in conjunction with the client web portal and the deal room, workflows can be web enabled. So the web portal is a convenient and secure way to share documents and updates on the case of clients and third parties, and I'll come on to this a little later in the presentation. And in terms of the workflows that we have available for personal injury, I'll discuss how you can view those later on, but we've got workflows to cover matters that don't go in the portal at all, and matters for RTA that come out of the portal. So here is our RTA claims portal integration. This is in our testing site at the moment. So it may not look exactly like this, but this is pretty much how it's going to look from within the case management app. So the personal injury focus app is an app specifically for dealing with PI work. It focuses you in terms of the matters that you can see are only relating to PI. And this is something that you can download from the Microsoft Store. So you may be au fait with that usual case management app. This is a focus specific app just for personal injury. It is a separate app and you will need to download it from the case management, from the Microsoft Store. So I'll come on to how to do that a little bit later on. So in terms of the data entry here, you can see we're just looking at the start of a claim. We're in section B. We've got our injury type tick boxes, our description box, and our rehabilitation section. This is just an excerpt, a small excerpt, so that you can see how it might look within the app and how you would complete the information and the details. And the idea really is that we've replicated the RTA portal exactly, so everything that you would usually do in the portal, you can do from within Osprey instead. So there's really no need to have both open. So in terms of the workflow itself then, moving on to how it works and some of the features within it. So here we've got single data entry. So something that's used within all our workflows are questionnaires, and they allow you to enter data against a matter. So for personal injury, as I said, we're setting up a series of custom questionnaires that mimic those within the claims portal. So this will cover your kind of initial details. Here I've got the defendant details on screen as a little screenshot for you. So when you come to submit your applications through the integration within the app, the data will be there for you, and you'll have the added benefit of being able to reuse that data when you need to write letters to your client and third parties. So if you were using the claims portal through their website, you'd have to not only enter the data in Osprey first for managing the matter details, but again when submitting your application through the portal, which is not only time consuming, but can of course lead to errors in duplicating data. So document production then. As I said, once data has been entered, it can be used to pull through to pre-composed letters and forms. So for example, you could write to the other side or the solicitor quickly by using the blank letter templates available in document production or standard advice letters through the workflow. I mentioned that we've got workflows still submitting an application directly to the court. So that includes the court forms that you'll need. And we've also got the workflow for when a matter comes out of the RTA portal for whatever reason. So it just allows you to pick up your matter in Osprey easily without having to faff around adding the parties' details and accident details again. So moving on to a nice feature that you can use within the workflows, or in fact without the workflows, it's something that's built into the case management app, is the key dates function. So you can use these to create reminders and diary entries for you and your clients. You can publish dates to the web portal for your client to see and retain dates within Osprey and your Outlook calendar for internal reminders. And as you can see here, we've got a couple of examples. Medical expert report due, preparing the bundle for hearing, and the hearing date itself. So you could publish your hearing date and your expert report due, but you might want to keep the reminders to prepare your bundle as something that you use as an internal date only. And it's possible to link this up with your Outlook calendar as well if you have a Microsoft 365 account. So that means your hearing dates and important other bits and pieces will be logged within Osprey, but also in your Outlook calendar as well. Obviously, that's a requirement of Lexel. So if you're a Lexel accredited firm, you're meeting your compliance regulation there to have the dates saved in 2 places. So just to go on to show you about the web portal and deal room, give you a little bit more information about this. So you can use the web portal to securely send documents and updates to clients and also third parties. As much or as little can be sent to the web portal as you like, but it is a convenient way for clients to manage and view documents and keep track of the progress of their case. All the workflow documents come web enabled, so they can be easily published to the web portal if desired. This is helpful not only for clients to be able to look back on documents that you've sent quickly and easily by accessing it, but it's sometimes nicer to send a letter as it looks a little more formal than an email. And so if you want your client to kind of take note of something, because having been a solicitor myself, I know that clients often don't read things properly. It's quite nice to be able to upload documents and letters for clients through the portal. So as I said, you can use it to send documents to third parties and you can receive them too. So your client or third parties could upload documents. And so an example here would be allowing a medical expert to have access so that they could upload their reports. But you could also share your client's medical records through here. Obviously, it's sensitive data and the portal is a secure way of sharing documents without having to worry about emails being hacked or the post getting lost and so on. And something that will of course be important to you is the ability to create bundles. So that's a feature that has been added to the case management app. It's something that we have for a little while now, but you may not be aware of it if you haven't been using the app. So you'll notice on the left-hand sidebar, we've now got the case bundles option in the app, and that allows you to add a bundle against the client you're working on. So once you've added this, you can access the matter history to select documents to add to the bundle, and you can create folders as you would in a physical bundle. And as you add documents into the bundle, you'll give them a process date. So that would be, for example, the date an order was made, the date that a statement was signed, and so on. And that ensures that the documents will be in the correct date order within the bundle. So after you've added what you need, you just need to click the download bundle button and a PDF version will be created with links to each section. The pages are automatically paginated for you, so there's no need for further editing once the bundle has been downloaded. And as I mentioned before, you could then publish the bundle to the portal for all parties to view securely. The other function that we do have is something called packages, and that enables you to upload a document or various documents onto our server and to send a secure link to somebody so they could access it that way. If you didn't want to give them access to the portal, or for whatever reason they couldn't use the portal, you could send a secure link, which you can time limit as well. So you can give them, say, 48 hours to open the link and download the content. And that's something called packages. So customizing the workflow, it's possible to add, edit, or remove any of the actions within the workflow so that they meet your requirements. We know, for example, that clients quite often like to include their own template for their client care letter. So it's perfectly possible to edit all of our workflows. And our support team are available to give free remote training sessions on how to use and edit workflows for all staff. And we also have the support portal where you can view a collection of written guides and also videos in your own time. So in terms of how we create the workflows and how we keep them updated, so the sync tool is something that's a relatively new function we've developed, and the purpose of it is to allow us to push updates to workflows to our clients without overwriting any changes they've made themselves. So for example, your client care letter that you've added and changed to meet your own requirements, you can still benefit from the new features without worrying about that customization being lost. And we're currently the only legal software provider who's able to do this. So to enable us to keep up to date with changes and to create new workflows for different areas of law, we have a team constantly working on them so that we can stay up to date. If you'd like any more information or a more in-depth demo of any of the workflows, or you'd like to have one imported straight to your site, please contact our support team who would be happy to help. It's a really simple process for importing the workflows. They usually set it up so that it imports overnight and it will be ready to use in your site the following day. So finally, I'd just like to mention how you can get yourself ready for the Claims Portal release. If you haven't already, you can download the PI app from the Microsoft Store. All you need to do is open the Microsoft Store on your computer, and then the search bar on the top right, you can see in my screenshot here, all you need to search for is Osprey Approach PI. Click enter, and you'll see the only result is the PI case management app. So click on the icon and then click the Get button to install the app. You can see that in the other screenshot. And of course, if you need any assistance with this, please don't hesitate to contact our support team, as they'd be more than happy to help with the installation. And they can also give free training on the app if it's something you haven't used before. Once you launch the app, if you've installed it yourself, you just need to cut and paste your web address for your Osprey into the little box that will be on screen, and then use your usual login details to get into it. And it's very easy to navigate. We tried to keep it kind of as close to how the browser looks as possible, but also keep it, you know, an easy interface to use. So that kind of wraps up the PI stuff now. I'd like to hand back over to Amy to look through any questions that we've received.
Thanks, Alex. That was really great. We've just got a couple of questions, so we'll just run those through those before we finish. So someone's just said, how do I view the workflows in more detail before deciding whether and when to implement them?
Okay, so as I mentioned, we've got our support portal. That's something that you can access for free. And on that support portal, there is a section for focus workflows, and you can look through any of the focus workflows there. They list out step by step each task and action within the workflow. And you can also have a look at the template documents that are available within the workflow as well.
Brilliant. Okay. And the other question is, does it integrate with the full RTA portal?
It does, yes. So it takes you through all three stages of the RTA portal. So you would just use it in the exact same way as you would use the regular claims portal. So as you would use that and sign into their website, you'll just be signing into Osprey, and you'll be doing it all from within Osprey instead.
Perfect. Super simple. That is all the questions. If you do have any other questions or you think of anything once the webinar is over, do just get in contact with our support team. The details are on screen, and we'll be happy to give you a demonstration, help you implement, or answer any of your questions. Just a note before we do finish this webinar that we've got a few more of our webinar series happening weekly. So we've got our integrations webinar, which is next Tuesday, and the next one is for Lexis Smart Forms. And we also have our workflows webinar continuing to run on a Thursday. And next week, Alex, which one is it?
I can't remember.
I think we're on litigation.
Litigation, so I think, yeah.
Yeah, so litigation next Thursday, so you can register for those already, and we'll hopefully see you then.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you very much, Alex, and thank you for attending. Speak soon.
Bye.
Bye.